In the summer of 1942, the Eastern Front burned. With eyes set on the Caucasus oil fields and the Volga River, the German Wehrmacht turned its gaze towards Stalingrad.
They placed their faith in the power of blitzkrieg, unaware that this place would become a crucible, where sheer will and resilience met destructive force. This battle, more than a territorial struggle, was a test of human limits, reshaping the very destiny of the global conflict. With overwhelming force, the Germans advanced, full of confidence in a swift and decisive victory. They laughed, believing that in mere moments, this crucial strategic objective would be within their grasp. Relentlessly, the German war machine rolled forward, brimming with initial confidence. Meanwhile, on the Soviet side, a young soldier like Ivan Petrov prepared to face a grim fate. Civilians and soldiers together erected makeshift barricades, resolute in defending every inch of their city. From hidden positions, Soviet fire rained down unexpectedly, slowing the enemy's advance.
The unexpected resistance stunned the Germans. Their initial confidence quickly gave way to caution and frustration.
In the skies, initial dominance belonged to the German Air Force, sowing further terror upon the city. The Red Army steadily advanced into Stalingrad, their heavy footsteps sinking into the mud, heading towards destiny.
Amidst the hardships, they found human moments, strange smiles dispelling fear. The city appeared as a ruined graveyard, every step a preparation for a struggle for survival. Within the ruined factories, the battle devolved into fierce, unforgiving personal combat. Even civilians became warriors, fighting with whatever they had at hand.
The oath of not one step back became their guiding principle, solidifying each soldier's resolve.
Each soldier vowed to fight to their last breath, for the motherland, for their very lives.
Amidst the bombardments, civilians struggled to survive, facing unimaginable terror. The soldiers could only witness a sense of helplessness engulfing them in the brutal conflict. In the cramped bunkers, shared hardship offered the only warmth amidst hunger and cold.
Letters from home were fragile threads connecting them to a lost, peaceful life. Amidst the gunfire, a melancholic song arose, reminding them of the values war had buried.
On the other side, German confidence slowly faded, replaced by terror and despair.
The brutality of the battle had sapped their strength, turning young soldiers into trembling shadows. All attempts to communicate with high command proved futile, leaving only criticism and isolation. In urban guerrilla warfare, every sniper's shot became a fatal blow, sowing terror.
With deadly precision, each target eliminated intensified the panic within enemy ranks. But this deadly game always had two sides, and the adversary was no less dangerous. In the silent hunt, every movement was calculated, every breath a testament to survival. The Volga, their sole lifeline, became a deadly passage for supplies and the wounded. German shelling turned the river into hell, where every boat faced mortal danger. Many boats sank beneath the waves, taking lives and the last vestiges of hope. Despite crushing losses, their unyielding will forbade retreat. Supplies still had to arrive. Anti-aircraft fire relentlessly protected this fragile lifeline, battling aerial threats above. In secrecy, the Soviet High Command devised a daring plan to change the course of the war.
Operation Uranus, a decisive pincer movement aiming to sever all German supply lines.
Simultaneously, disinformation was fed, deceiving German intelligence about the true direction of the assault.
On the German side, Paulus faced immense pressure from Hitler, ordered to hold Stalingrad at all costs.
Despite harsh realities, all explanations fell on deaf ears. The fate of the Sixth Army was sealed.
Internal dissent soared as officers recognized the futility of orders from Berlin.
Dawn brought a new wave of counterattack. Hundreds of Soviet tanks tore through the snow, launching the operation.
Infantry surged behind the armor, shouts of "Hurrah!" echoing across the battlefield.
The surprise of the assault sent Romanian forces into a panic, shattering their lines.
Amidst the chaos, Ivan and his comrades sensed a surge of hope, a decisive turning point.
The encirclement closed. The German Sixth Army was completely isolated, with no escape.
In the German command post, Paulus and his officers faced the grim reality. Death was imminent.
A final attempt at rescue was launched, Operation Winter Storm, under Manstein's command.
Powerful German armor surged forward, attempting to break the encirclement to save the trapped soldiers.
However, the Red Army resisted fiercely, anti-tank guns forming a fiery steel wall. In the air, transport planes risked their lives to breach the pocket, hoping to bring meager supplies to the soldiers.
Fierce dogfights raged constantly, each aerial battle a desperate struggle for control of the skies.
In the cockpits, desperate pilots wrestled with fate as their aircraft spun out of control.
Inside the pocket, hunger, cold, and disease became the Germans' most formidable enemies.
Death became a daily companion, their fate sealed by the elements.
Civilians, trapped in this hell, struggled daily to cling to fragile life.
In the street fighting, every corner was an ambush opportunity, every alley a trap.
The Red Army charged with lightning speed, turning every encounter into a fight to the death.
Brutal hand-to-hand combat reflected the desperation of both sides in the final hours.
Beneath the city, the sewer tunnels became secret pathways, a surprise assault.
With desperate force, the Red Army delivered its final blow, bringing the battle to its end.
Fading resistance gave way to total collapse. The tragic end had arrived.
On February 2, 1943, Field Marshal Paulus surrendered, marking the end of one of history's most brutal battles. Ivan witnessed the surrender, but there was no triumph, only relief and the lingering pain of war. For many German soldiers, surrender was an escape from hell, an end to endless horror. News of Stalingrad echoed across the globe, bringing astonishment and renewed hope to the Allies. Global newspapers headlined, confirming the Axis' crushing defeat in the East. Stalingrad now lay in utter devastation, a stark testament to the brutality of war.
Amidst the ruins, music arose, a melancholic yet hopeful tune of rebirth.
For civilians, a glimmer of hope returned. Life began to sprout amidst the rubble.
At Soviet headquarters, new reports indicated a massive concentration of forces at Kursk, foreshadowing history's largest tank battle.
In the POW camps, Krieg witnessed signs of a new shift, another battle looming.
As the POW train headed west, new Soviet military convoys were moving east, towards an unimaginable confrontation. The cursed salient had formed, where two great powers would collide in a fateful armored battle.